Well, hello YouTube. How you doing? It's been a while. There's been so many energetic changes that has been going on, and challenges and competitions and all of that kind of stuff. So I really was attempting to maintain and balance as much as I can. Right? When it comes to the situation anyway. So I'm here to tap into this astrology and just do a nice little general astrology forecast reading. I haven't done one in a while up here. Everything is very entertaining to me right now, watching everything go. Even when it comes to Trump, I definitely recall the fact when I said Trump past life, he was a woman. I think that's the sweetest. Like, it's such a life lesson of how history repeats itself, even us, when we have karmatic debt that is unfinished, or, past life, how it is intertwined in your current life cycle. It's definitely a very spiritual lesson going on. This energy flow that's really hitting is about to really be intense for the United States for sure. That walk of peace energy is dissipating throughout this North America, right? And it's getting very much utilized, for real, with this Jupiter retrograde in this Cancer, because it didn't take everybody to be consciously aware of it. It just needed enough energy to come around so it could be felt. And that's what Cancer is all about, right? Now, with the purple alignment of a lot of things that's going on with this, I love this. Right now, this is this Neptune, this cuss right here. I'm going to try to remember when I edit, to use a pen and see if I remember to circle it. You have to pay attention to the mouse. I know my mouse blends in perfect with the background, so it's really up to you. But this network of 432, see, it is so beautiful. The 432 is now aligned, right? And it looked like this one, I like the way Uranus space is in between this. Like, it's supposed to be such a major gap. And the gap is between Cancer and Taurus, which also representing Jupiter and Uranus. I like that. I like that because when I see something like that, that is the levels of evolution that's going on. So all the conspiracy theories, I'm not saying things can't happen to Earth, or an asteroid ain't going to hit Earth. I'm just saying, even if it does, it's going to be a bounce back, right? It's definitely going to be a bounce back included inside of it. And that's kind of outstanding, to be honest. Now, for us, even with the energy of the fire horse that's going on, like, the basic cultures that's inside of this setup with Neptune, Saturn, Mercury, Venus, the Sun, the Moon, and Mars, and I believe in Pluto. I don't know who want to talk about Pluto, but on my channel, I'm talking about Pluto. Okay, Pluto's still one of my planets. Like, Pluto won't be it when they call Pluto a planet. So I don't get it. Except Pluto wanted it to be that way. And meaning that it would have been it would be great for a Plutonian communication to come that way with the development of AI. So with the development of AI and debunking Pluto, one of the most vital storage units of all storage units in the galaxy, right? That means that still the entrapment on the planet will remain, because technology will not gain access to something that's no longer linked to it, right? And the thing is, when it comes to the internet, once you put something out in the internet, it's always there. So it would be even harder to write a code to implement Pluto without all the upgrades that have occurred during the time of removing Pluto from the data bank, as such as being recorded as a planet, as something of a community within the galaxy. So because humanity already, like Revelations 22, one of my favorite chapters, we will destroy ourselves, we limit ourselves. And that's what happened. And there's no returning back from it, right? Especially with Pluto right now being in Aquarius, there's no returning back. And see, the moon going to be moving. All of these going to be starting to move around, right? And get a little bit going right there. I like this. See, I like this opposition line that's here, that's going across the ascendant, then the descendant area. I like the way that it does not connect directly with the descendant. Okay? It doesn't directly connect with it. And it's classified to be in Capricorn, right? And I like that at 25 degrees. It does not. Not this opposition here. And this ascendant against the ascendant opposition is with Pluto. Look at that. So that's perfect what I'm saying of the maintenance, right? The maintenance of historical facts. This ascendant opposition is more of a creative aspect of evolution in the new. You know, like you look at a newborn baby and they're going through all of this. People right now might be a little bit stressed with their kids because they feel the evolution and they're expecting the intelligence that's within. See, in your accessible memory, your daily memory that you function in, it makes us feel intelligent. So as we integrate and keep raising the intelligent expectation with the assistance of technology, right, it kind of impairs people in the way that they engage with younger kids and these issues that comes about that people put it on technology, they blame, right? It might be more technology for cell phones and video games and social media and so forth, right? But yet the school also emphasized technology by maintaining children to always work on a computer. So everybody is like guilty of all of this at one time. And that's what this opposition is this opposition with ascendant is veiling the guilt that feels that is called normacy. This is all normacy. So it's veiling the guilt that encompasses things that's going on, right? It is just so nice and sweet. But I love this energy because, you know, always during the time of day they're going to be over the horizon and in it. So let's play a little bit here, right? And let's go into some hours later on in the day, right? And I'm going to stop somewhere where it feels kind of nice at. Oh, look at that right there. So this is like 11 o'clock p.m. more on the eastern side of the world, right? It's like 11 o'clock. And I really now more and more I get into astrology. I don't know what I'm going to age out at. I know my dyslexia hindered me on being an in-group common term things of myself, okay? That's my opposition. I'm understanding how my natal chart aligns with my composite of my body, right? But I love this, right? Because we just had that opposition going across from the ascendant to the descendant. But look at this now. Look at how more aligned the ascendant and the descendant is, and why this opposition is here. Look how the IC is shifted, but it's more aligned with the midhaven, which is in Leo, a fire sign of desire, at 9 degrees, 11 minutes, and 31 seconds. Outstanding, right? So, and it's on the cusp energy of right there with the ninth house, right? That house of faith. And now Jupiter is in the house of faith, right? So at this point in time, there's arguments that's going on in the world. And there's some people that's sleeping and they're having dreams right now in some part of the world. There's some people in a part of the world that's about to get a promotion. All of this energy is lining up. But I love the design of it, right? I love the territorial aspects. Look at this. This is a lot of territorial that's going right here. Alright? This is a lot of territorial that's going on right there. Okay? And we have territorial that's here. Right? When it comes to the South Node, which is having that moment of time, for things to map out, right? Giving things to map out without a lot of overthinking, okay? Because Virgo is very analytical, and I look at Virgo as a very reincarnative thing, from youth to age, right? So Virgo has that memory thing that goes on that help us engage as we get older, to stay, if we one period of time like grapes, got into a stage of life, didn't like them, I became allergic to them, and then all of a sudden you made an accident and somebody didn't tell you that some grapes was in something, you didn't have a reaction, and now your life is changing again, right? It's these little quirks of life, and you could see it in the inside of these boundaries with these trines for me anyway, right? So we got Jupiter trining with Mercury, and Jupiter trining with Venus, right? We have Uranus trining with Pluto. We have Jupiter trining with the North Node, sextile with the South Node, okay? We have these good old trines. We got them, the ascendant with the Sun, the ascendant with the Moon, the ascendant with Venus, okay? We have the midhaven with Saturn, which influences the time lapse while it's trining, right? Backdoor trining, in the dark trining, okay? So let's go in a little bit more. I want to back up right here. 8 o'clock in the morning. A lot of congestion, a lot of tension. So some places, it could be normal to have congestion where you at. It just depends on the state that you live in, your interstate speed, how y'all move, how y'all look at different areas of the world as relaxing, retirement worthy, more slower, more faster. So in those aspects right there, that's still going to mean some people get up and get your day going a little bit early. If you woke up early and you're just trying to fight it and want to go back to sleep, well, hey, the universe gave you a warning. It told you to go ahead and get up. Try to be using your mindful technique when you realize and get on that interstate head to work that you feel like a whole bunch of people is driving too weird. You might want to call them idiots, dumbass, jackasses. Instead of doing all of that, let's go and say, today going to be my peaceful day. Because it's somewhere that you're trying to get to. And when the world is changing so much, there's always an opportunity to be able to have that strength and courage to speak up for yourself. Or for something that's meant for you to come to you. Early in the morning, rising, have your peaceful day. Don't walk in there trying to change people. Walk your day by the years of this planet you have been here. Walk your day by the days you have been experiencing life and learning from life, and how you embrace and be mindful of what you feel is so common, and make those things be your peaceful time. Right? This is a lot of conjecture. Okay? This is a little bit of rejection, a little bit of postponement, you know what I'm saying? And I can relate to it. I can feel why I'm relating to it as I talk. Because there is some things that's going on that, you know, I feel like it should be done a different way. But if it weren't for me coming up here and just letting this hour time go by right and look at this, I wouldn't have been able to see, hold on, this is building up for tomorrow. See, your ancestors is talking to you now. The nature is talking to you now. You're feeling the shift in the air for this reason now. So you get woken up a little bit early. Go ahead, get your thoughts together, and say, let's go ahead and have this good day. I know it ain't going to be a perfect day. I know it's going to be some things that happen today. And I know it could be some things that I could take personal that could happen today. But you know what? I'm going to make it all a good day. So you catch this energy right here? Look how the rest of the day gonna go. Look how this gonna go now. Look how the pressure loosening up a little bit. And it got you. It got you. About 5 o'clock in the morning, afternoon, hey, all of that, you get to sit back and be like, oh dang, I don't even care. For real, I mean, when this Jupiter in Cancer, it can feel a little bit emotional, you know what I'm saying? Like, make you feel like, dang, it ain't supposed to be like that, right? You get those kind of feelings, but you know, I'm learning with myself because I got a, I got a heart that's like that. Like, I got a heart. I got Cancer in my chart. Matter of fact, my rising is a Cancer. So I gotta understand that. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna use this water, right? And I'm gonna make these waves just blend this, match this energy together. So I'm gonna let it blend in. I'm gonna be like, that's why I'm gonna have a peaceful day. Because I'm gonna let this ocean just shake it up like it's a margarita, baby. Shake, shake, shake it like it's a margarita. And pour that drink in a cup. And say I'm going to have a good day. Right? You got to find your own technique when it comes to energy that's flowing with this Jupiter in Cancer right now, right? For me, I don't drink no more, but I ain't forgot how to drink. I just using what is inside of me to make those things work because that energy is trying to impact me. And if it breaks through me, I need to make sure I have that security wall that know how to take care of it. So I don't have a perfect protection. I just have layers of protection. Right? And that's how it works, right? At least right here, this is all layers. So I'm going to go over to the days, back to the days, right? And we're going to get to, I'm going to change this up here. Well, not yet. I'm going to go to the 23rd. We're going to move a little bit back and forward, right? We're going to check out, pay attention to, hold on, let me slow it down a little bit. I'm already on the 22nd. Let's pay attention to this opposition, right? That's at this time frame, right? Right. So this opposition going to be, during this 7-day period, this opposition going to be a good time for us. Right. To be walking into it. And this is how we're going to go to the hours. But we're going to back this day up. Okay. Let's back this day up a little bit. Look at our opposition. Alright, here we go. It's midnight. You know, I don't know how different people's work schedules are. But here we go. We at midnight. Look at this. You feel me? So at midnight, got a whole traffic pattern going on here. So I'm going to say for real, if anybody traveling, trying to come home overnight, the 22nd, 23rd, you probably have some airport delays, my people. Okay? Expect some delays. Alright? That is for sure. This one with the moon, this one with Uranus, It's going to distort this communication, especially with this trine. And then it's a conjunct right here. The trine sextile. Mercury gonna hit some communication problems. In this retrograde period right here, it's gonna hit some communication problems. So with Venus being involved in this with a trine, relationships is going to be very interesting. Alright? People who are in relationships, your conversations, ones that's a little bit rocky or really tense, you could because of an opposition, you could have like a good day, but after a few days then pass, you don't try to get into an argument talking about you changed. I mean, they did, okay, but it was something energetic. It was universal. Like, and if they was asleep, they was getting a download about it. I don't know how anybody moving around this time of day. And this Midhaven right here, see this. Yeah, with Saturn and Neptune. You know, I don't know. Like, dreams, I don't know how anybody going to dream. All my downloads is not done in dreams. So, I can wake up and feel a little awkward after the download, but I don't dream all my downloads. So, being said, I guess it's going to depend on the time of the day, whether you're at work. Some people work grave shifts, you know. I imagine that there's going to be very interesting conversations that's going to be happening in that time of the day. Now, let's move forward, all right? That opposition was sweet right there. This second house, look how everything is in this second house. See, Pluto, what Pluto got going on? Okay. It's giving you a break. The sun don't want to be involved with it. Sextile with Saturn, trine with Uranus, and sextile with Neptune. Right here, this 4 o'clock hour, going to be downloads like a mug, like plans of whatever the universe has going on, or ideas, or responses to people's prayers, blessings, conversations. You know, your ancestors is all up in this second house right here. This is like a delivery package, and you know, in the current era right now, delivery is so strong. Whether you ordering from off of social media to regular from storefronts, DoorDashing, food, delivery is so hype, right? And deliveries will go smooth on the 23rd. Most of them, anyway, will go smooth on the 23rd. But it's also your ancestors. You know, some people might need to be aware, like on the 23rd, of glitches coming through with people who recently passed away. This is also of a, what I mean is people who recently passed away is going through a period of realignment, period of reincarnation, period of investigation, period of consciousness, just pure consciousness that's floating through them as they were sleeping, right? Just asleep away. And I don't know how real it gets in that state. I'm in the living right now. I don't know how real it gets. But it's going to be an interesting day in that hour. And it's not like it's not going to continue on, because this second house have too many sextiles and trines, right? And with these squares that's overlapping within over the second house and the fourth house, and the third house, the house of message. See, the moon is over here in the fourth house with Uranus, right? And then the third house is overlapping. If you look at this clear design right here, this is the house of messages, right? That's where they move freely. See these house of messages. And with Mercury being in this retrograde energy at 21:52, that's a 3 and a 7 right there. 21 degrees and 52 seconds, right? And also you got to consider this East Coast, right? So some people are going to be, it's going all the way to your house of routine too. So some people will get more of their visits around the time that maybe you're getting home from work, getting off from work. You might could get it on your way to work. Waking up the kids. Might be a conversation. Anything. Right? Let's keep going with this day. There's just an interesting hour period that caught my attention. This is where they separate. This was a different glitch right here. It's going to be another glitch. It's the house of resurrection and the house of contracts. Mercury is still in retrograde. So there's a lot of Oshkosh records information that's going to be coming up. Right there. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to roll my astrology dice. Okay. And in the process, I'm going to, what comes up with the dice, you're going to miss me rolling them, but you'll get to see them in a short. I turn everything around for the card pulling. Alright, so I'm going to roll my first set of astrology dice. What are we going to talk about on this weekly astrology report? So, we have Virgo and Virgo. Alright, so we have Virgo and Virgo. So we know that the South Node is in Virgo, right? Alright. I set a dice. This identifies the planet and the house. We had a 6th house, and we have Neptune in the 6th house. So, what hour of the day do Neptune be in the 6th house? And well, we're almost close to it now, so let's keep moving forward. We should make it to that. There we go. So, around 8 o'clock is when Neptune, 8 o'clock p.m. is when Neptune is in the 6th house. So right along with it, we're going to see Neptune has a opposite. No, they don't have. We're supposed to be dealing with the node, south nodes. Neptune don't have nothing. No connection with the south node. Okay, hold up. Then we go back. I just want to make sure. I'm just trying to make sure that Neptune in the south node don't pop up right here. So I'm just going throughout the hour time frame because Virgo got King up. There's a lot going on, but I don't say nothing with Neptune so far. And I don't want to make the video too long. The South Node is busy right now with Neptune. Alright. So that's it. I might can find it in a later period of time. But right now, we're just going to get a couple cards pulled to see what this message is about it. Okay? Alright. Alright, here we go. I'm going to just go ahead and show y'all the dice. Alright. Virgo. Right. Alrighty. 6th house. And Neptune. Okay. Hope it came out right. Right. Hope it showed right in. So, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and pull a couple quick oracle cards, right? And see what this message is all about. Hey, universe. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this astrology and the tarot cards, oracle cards, in this card pool. So, 6th house. That's going to be up in the 6th house around 8 o'clock p.m. Right? So, what is significant about this time and this moment about Neptune in the 6th house? I have one oracle card here. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. I bet Neptune is one of those big planets, right? Well, I just want one. Just a quick conclusion to the end of this astrology reading. All right. Pandora, all giver, abundance. All giver, abundance. You know, this reminds me of, like, depending on the type of parent you might have, you know, or whatever rules. It just reminds me of boundaries. It's like a card that's giving off the energy like, yeah, you can get what you want. Don't worry about it. It's a way that you can get what you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to help you get what you want. But the thing is, you haven't even, you asked them for it and you want it real bad, but you asked them for it off a belief and not an experience. You asked them for it off of witnessing what somebody else been through, said about it, embraced it, or you read about it, but you haven't actually experienced it. Yeah, the desires is so high to receive something that you don't even know what it would have been if it was yours, right? It's kind of giving me that kind of energy. Oh, maybe so, because we have transformation underneath, right? So, when the Neptune energy get kicking in, Neptune probably actually functioning like, even though it's in Pisces, right? I mean Aries. It's in Aries, my bad. Woo-hoo. Aries in the 6th house, the house of routine, but at the same time, Virgo is the ruler of the 6th house, right? Virgo, that is Virgo house. So it won't probably all about the South Node so much as it was just telling me, hey, Virgo, but it's in the house. And not only that, it's still occupied with the Piscean energy that's in there too, right? So the 6th house got a lot of things going up inside of there. So around 8 o'clock, there's probably a lot of things that's going on up inside of there, right? And this is coincidental. We have 23 that's on this card right here, right? Which totals to a 5. And then we have a 56 on this card, which totals to 2-3 is a 5, and we into the 6th house. So this 6th house, even though it's a house of routine, you got to expect for Neptune to be changing the routine that's going to be going on. That's the fact that it's going to give with Aries. It's going to shake and shiver some things, maybe to be beneficial for you, maybe not to be beneficial for you. It just going to all depends on, I guess, your perception, where you at in it, how you feel about it, when the situation, because we all have different reactions to stuff. Like, I had a situation that happened where I had played the Keno ticket on the lottery. So I had hit for 100 and I was a little happy. But then I got a phone call from somebody who needed some help. And the amount of money that they needed for help was $100. So I'm sitting here after the fact, you know, because I hit on the Keno like hours in that day ahead of time before the phone call actually came through, right? And once the phone call came through, I got into mode, you know, just in the zone of the phone call. So I was really clearly for a minute distracted. But when I came to a common point, I was like, hold up. Because, you know, I talk to my ancestors all the time, and I be doing my own personal thing. So I was like, oh, hold on. Y'all already knew this situation was going to happen? That's why you gave me that money? I'm thinking y'all looking out for me. But no, it wasn't you looking out for me. You was having me do something that had to be done. You know. So, and that's an all giver. If you get what I'm saying, like, That's the all your word. I was playing something that I wanted, and the energy got transformed into a whole different purpose. So, how would you feel? Now, my situation happened around 11 o'clock at night. Neptune already probably hit the 6th house before that. This probably was in the house of creativity close to it. Either the 5th house or the house of roots, right? By the time it happened. So I'm not saying that instantaneously at 8 o'clock, neither it'll be that. I'm just saying that 8 o'clock is when the brewery, the magician is lying in the time frame of the situation for some people up in here. Yeah, there we go. We have the 2 of Pentacles that came out, change, right? Having two separate situations transform into something that got to get balanced out. And the balancing that was for me to understand, hey, you have your spiritual duties that's here too. Like, it was up to me to see through the distraction instead of getting upset, like, and trying to accuse the person for counting my money and all of that kind of stuff, and really like goddamn, like, I knew that this person, just because they do got an intuition ability and stuff, it would have been messed up just accuse them of tapping into their intuition and literally making them feel bad for creating a hardship for themselves just so I could be there. Like, there's many reactions that we all could have in situations, right? 5 of Wands, exactly what I was just saying, strife. There's many reactions you can have in a situation, okay? And let's get the last and final card here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So I hope that you have enjoyed this astrology forecast. When it comes to it, you know, I just dropped in, did a little something. It's already video, probably already too long now. So I want to go ahead and just wrap it up. Thank you for stopping past. Thank you for whatever views I get you to. It is what it is, and I did it, universe. I crossed this threshold. So let's get this final card out with this Neptune energy. Because I know this situation is connected to it. So what's this last and final card here? The Gourmet Chef, the Knight of Discs. It's a good card because, yeah, that means that door's going to be open, at least for me in this situation. That means the next level of the door has opened. Transformation, that shadow card just came through. 7 of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Alright? Next level door. Whatever way it goes. It's an experience, it's a learning lesson. You're going to miss it. You know, you and the universe is making things happen together. You and your ancestors, whatever is the proper word. I'm just on a social platform. My favorite word is ancestors, but everybody don't like that word. So what is your proper word with engaging into the energetic field of the spiritual world? That is the word that I'm trying to fit in to conclude this message. And y'all have a good day.